Imagine walking through your front door after a long day, only to be greeted by chaos. Your children are yelling, their toys are scattered throughout the house, and your stress levels are rising. As a parent, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and react to this kind of situation with anger. Unfortunately, this only has negative effects on both you and your children, such as damaging your relationship with them, causing them emotional distress, and setting a bad example for them as to how to handle their anger. So what if there were simple steps you could take to control your anger in a situation like this and help create a calmer, happier, and more peaceful family? In this episode of the Anger Secrets podcast, I'll discuss exactly how to do that and share some simple, practical tips and techniques to help you control your anger as a parent. Hello and welcome to episode 108 of the Anger Secrets podcast. I'm your host, Alastair Duhs, and over the last 30 years, I've taught over 15,000 men and women how to control their anger, master their emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more respectful relationships. In this podcast, I share the same proven tools and techniques that have transformed the lives of my clients, helping them control their anger and improve their relationships. For free support on your anger management journey, including a free training and the opportunity to book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit my website, angersecrets.com. I'd be honored to support you in taking control of your anger once and for all. Today's episode is about anger management techniques for parents and how these techniques can help you create a calmer, happier, and more harmonious home environment. As difficult as it may be, let's start by looking at the impact of parental anger on children's emotional development. When children witness or experience frequent expressions of anger from their parents, regardless of whether it's yelling, harsh words, or physical actions, they will usually feel anxious, fearful, or even responsible for the conflict. In the short term, this is likely to lead to emotional distress, feelings of fear, anxiety, and a lack of safety in the home environment. Research has shown that children who are regularly exposed to anger from their parents have higher levels of depression, aggression, and behavioral issues. But it doesn't stop there. The long-term impact on a child's emotional development of witnessing or experiencing frequent expressions of anger from their parents is even more severe. When children see their parents losing control of their emotions, they often internalize this behavior and believe that it is acceptable to lash out in anger whenever things don't go their way. This creates a vicious cycle of anger that is passed down from generation to generation. So, what can parents do to break this cycle and create a calmer, happier family environment? Firstly, any parent needs to understand that feeling angry is normal and natural, and that everyone gets angry at times. The key is in how you express your anger. Learning to control your anger can be a long-term project, which is why I offer a comprehensive coaching program to help both mothers and fathers do this. However, there are a range of tools and concepts that can make it easier for anyone to control their anger. One simple strategy I recommend to many parents is called the STOP approach. In this context, STOP stands for S, stop what you are doing, T, take a deep breath, O, observe your thoughts and feelings, and P, proceed with calmness and clarity. I have talked more about the STOP approach in episode 79 of this podcast. This simple 4-step technique gives you time to think about how to respond in any situation. It also helps you focus on your thoughts and feelings rather than just reacting to your child's behavior. Another helpful strategy is to use I statements instead of you statements when communicating with your children. This means learning to express your feelings about a situation without blaming or criticizing your child. For example, instead of saying something like, "You were always so messy or disorganized," say, "I feel frustrated when there is a lot of clutter in the house. I would like you to help me keep things tidy." Using I statements allows you to express your feelings and emotions without attacking or shaming your child. Finally, parenting is stressful, and no matter what is going on, it's essential to take care of yourself as a parent. Make time for self-care, whether it's through exercise, meditation, or simply taking a break and doing something you enjoy. It's also important to have open communication with your partner if you have one, and to work together as a team in managing your anger and creating a safe, calm home environment. While these techniques for managing your anger as a parent are important, prevention is always better than cure, so it's important to reduce your anger levels proactively. This includes creating a calm environment in the home that reduces anger and promotes a peaceful atmosphere. Some simple steps to do this include: Step 1 is to establish routines. Predictable routines help children feel secure. Knowing what to expect makes them less likely to resist requests or act out. For example, some routines you can set up with your children include establishing regular meal times, consistent bedtimes, and designated homework or playtime. Step 2 is to use positive reinforcement. An effective way to encourage good behavior in your children is to use positive reinforcement. This means rewarding your child for positive behavior instead of solely correcting negative behavior. This creates a more positive and supportive environment, which also reduces the likelihood of anger outbursts. And Step 3, set up a quiet place where children can go to calm down when their emotions are high. This can be a specific chair, a quiet corner with a few calming items, or simply some quiet space in your house. Encouraging your children to use this space teaches them the value of stepping away to regroup rather than reacting out of anger. Sarah is an example of a client I have worked with recently who has seen a positive change in her family dynamic. Like many parents, Sarah often found herself overwhelmed by the demands of work, parenting, and keeping up with the household chores. She has 3 children, and when they don't listen to her, she would often lose her temper or yell at them. This resulted in a stressful and tense home environment. Through our coaching sessions, Sarah learned the importance of taking care of herself and setting boundaries to avoid feeling overwhelmed. She also implemented the stop technique whenever she felt her anger rising, which allowed her to respond calmly and assertively to her children instead of reacting out of anger. As a result, her children began to listen to her more and their behavior improved, creating a calmer and happier home for everyone. Okay, thank you for tuning into today's episode on anger management for parents. I hope you found these strategies helpful and are inspired to create a calmer, happier home environment. If you found today's episode helpful, please follow this podcast and head over to your favorite podcast app to leave a rating and review. Your feedback helps others discover and benefit from this show. Remember, for free support on your anger management journey, including a free training or a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit angersecrets.com. I also offer a comprehensive coaching program to help you control your anger and create a calmer, happier home. I'd be honored to support you in making the anger management changes that you want to make. Finally, remember, you can't control others, but you can control yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.
The Anger Secrets podcast is for general informational purposes only, and does not constitute the practice of counseling, psychotherapy, or any other professional health service. No therapeutic relationship is implied or created by this podcast. If you have mental health concerns of any type, please seek out the help of a local mental health professional.